suggest anything to me because I'm now booked for the next 2 years. And welcome to another video, or rather, welcome to another announcement video. Those do seem to be coming a little bit thick and fast at this time of the year. But while most people are setting up projects like my bingo board from hell, for example, projects which will last them for the next year. In sharp contrast, over in this corner you've got this little ADHD nutcase who heard the words 16 book series over 2 years and went, that's for me! Another 2-year project? Why, I don't mind if I do. Which is of course my not so subtle way of saying, please join me in this 2-year project. Don't leave me here on my own. Think of me kind of like a gremlin. I've been dipped in water and now I should not be left unsupervised. So I am delighted to announce to you guys the FITZALONG. The FITZALONG is a complete read-along of all of Robin Hobb's Realm of the Elderlings books. So that is all 16 books plus the 2 companion short story collections, which we will be reading in between at the appropriate times in the timeline. You guys know that for the last year and a half, I have been saying that I want to do a massive reread of the Realm of the Elderlings series because I have read everything up until the last trilogy. These 3 books, for whatever reason, have eluded me. And I say for whatever reason, but we all know the reason. The reason is because I've kept them for a specific mood and a specific time, and probably partially because I really don't want this series that I've had in my life for such a long time to end. And I mean, there is always the possibility that Robin Hobb will write more books. She does appear to be writing another book in this world. But that doesn't mean that it's going to include our favourite characters or that it's going to be in our favourite parts of the world. And whenever I get to the end of a series, my brain just goes, nuh-uh. We can't finish that because then there will be no new books left. Then you will never be able to spend time with these characters ever again. But that, my friends, is a logical fallacy because we can reread books whenever we feel like it. So in a dual effort in order to get my brain to recognise this, I have both popped on my 2024 bingo board a reread square and I have committed to this read-along because more than anything I want those toxic reading habits of mine to just go away. Sail off into the sunset and don't take me with you. So let me give you the deets so that you are all prepared for the kick-off of this read-along. FITZALONG will start on the 1st of January 2024 with the first book, Assassin's Apprentice, and we will then follow along with one book every 2 months. I will put this graphic down below in the description box so that you guys can download it to help you know which books you should be reading at which times. Because the Realm of the Elderlings is not like the Discworld. Unlike Around the Disc in 800 Days, where although we are reading along in publication order, that is not necessarily the only way to enter the Discworld. Realm of the Elderlings, in my opinion, really needs to be read in publication order in order to understand all of the books. A really easy way to think of this series is that you have a Fitz series and then you have a series somewhere else. So for example, we start out with the Assassin's Apprentice trilogy, but then we go on to the Live Ship Traders trilogy, which is set somewhere else in the world. So the reading order of these books is really important because what happens in the Fitz books directly impacts what happens in other areas of the world, and we have to see those developments in order to understand what Fitz is going to do next. Which brings me back to why we are doing one book every 2 months. Obviously with Around the Disc in 800 Days we are reading 2 books a month, but Terry Pratchett's Discworld books are significantly shorter than the Realm of the Elderlings books. The longest of the Discworld books I think comes in at about 480 pages depending on what edition of it that you have. But the Realm of the Elderlings books are 800 pages and more for the most part. There is the odd book in there that is shorter, but these are significant chunky fantasy tomes. And while there will be a bunch of veteran fantasy readers in here who are used to reading multiple 800-page books in a month in order to make it through all of the series that they're completing, I didn't want to make it an insurmountable task. If a thing seems unachievable in your head before you even start it, you're much less likely to try. So we're trying to make any goals that we make for 2024 on this channel achievable goals. All this to say, we will be reading one book every 2 months, which will hopefully mean that if you do happen to fall fall a little bit behind, then there will be pockets of time throughout this readathon where you'll have the chance to catch up. Although that might mean that you might have to watch the live stream for these back, because my other plan for this read along is to have regular live streams at the end of every book so that we can all chat together about our best and worst moments and our favourite and least favourite characters of the series. One of the things that you guys have consistently fed back to me in 2023 is that you miss my live streams, and I know that not everybody has the ability to sign up to Patreon where I am live multiple times a week every single week. So hopefully you guys are as excited for these streams at the end of every book as I am. We didn't end up deciding to do live streams to catch up with Around the Disc in 800 Days in the end, because there are so many books to talk about and there are so many different characters and different arcs that we felt like live streams, no matter how we grouped the books together, would end up being quite chaotic. These live streams will be much easier because it will be one book or one stream. Now at the moment this is just my own harebrained project. This project was born out of Becca, Beth and I being like, wouldn't it be fun to reread those books? Wherein we were like, that's a huge undertaking, ain't nobody got time for that. Then it stuck in my brain and I mentioned it to my patrons and suddenly it was a thing. So while I am alone solo hosting this madness, you may see some familiar faces popping up for their favourite books along the way. Or it may just be me with a little glass of fizz being like, okay Fitz bitches, and my notebook of 1,000 things that I want to talk about. In all seriousness, while I joke about this being a little bit of insanity, because it kind of is, I am actually really excited to have another project to run alongside Around the Disc in 800 Days, because Around the Disc was a 2-year project and 2023 is the last year of the 2-year project, and I often have a vast crash and come down at the end of long-term projects that I have successfully completed. I very much get that initial dopamine release of like, oh my god, like how good we are, we did the thing, and then I rapidly cycle into like lip wibbling, what do I do with my life now? And so hopefully this project is going to avoid that feeling happening at all. So that is the end of this announcement, guys. Please tell me down below in the comments if you will be joining us for FITZALONG. I would love to know that you are also excited for this and that I won't be on my own. And if you are joining in with us, then please tell me whether you're new to the realm of the Elderlings or whether you're rereading along with us. Have you stalled midway through the series? Do you need some hand holding? Or did you just not know where to start in the first place? If you have got this far through the video, then leave me the wolf emoji down below, something which becomes very significant in this first trilogy. If you're new here and you want to see how I get on with this challenge next year, or you want to join in, then please remember to hit that subscribe button. And if you are a returning connoisseur of this channel and you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button down below because it really does help my channel. And I will speak to you really soon, guys. Bye!